There is this poem by Rene Rilke, and I don't know the name of it. I was listening to it on a retreat, and in the retreat, it was repeated a number of times. It was a retreat for men, and basically the gist of the poem was that it was about this man, and this man had lived his life, and he had wasted his potential. He had thrown his life away, just focused on himself. Wasted his potential, wasted his life. And in the poem, we read that God still loves that man. And then it was open to what the man would do next. In the gospel today, we hear of Simeon and Anna, and they're telling Mary and Joseph, this son of yours is full of potential, full of promise. He is the Savior. They name all these wonderful things. He's going to save Israel. He has so much potential. I don't know, do you ever look at a child and at a baby, and you sit there and you think, what is this baby going to be? What will this baby grow into? What kind of person will they be? So much potential. Now, we are not the Savior. You know, that child is not the Savior. There's only one. That is Christ. But the truth of the matter, like Jesus, is that we hold so much potential and we hold promise in our life. If you never try, you'll never know just what you're worth. If you never try, you'll never know what you're worth. It's a paradox. We are worth so much, but if we don't use our potential when it comes to God, we'll never know the gift that we are. And most of us, we throw our life away. It's not until we have our children and they've grown somewhat that we start to wake up. Our life was good with our children, but there's so much more to see what life is about. That so often we have, like in the poem, have wasted our life. I knew a lot of things, but what I know, it took me, and I still continue to learn, certainly, but a different perspective of life really evolved after so many years in my life. I think about that, and what are we doing now in our life? Are we living our potential? The challenge is now to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. To turn our will and our lives. That is when our potential is actualized in our life. What have we done? You know, I think about it, you know, and some of us think, well, I'm just going to live my private life, just do do my duty and quietly be about doing other things. Some ways that good is good, and in some ways that is selfish. Because we are not spreading the gospel. We are not living the potential that we are called to live. What is the good news in our life? And are we sharing that in our life? And maybe it's because we haven't come into contact with the goodness of God. And start to realize that. And it takes so much more in our life to awaken that. It takes a retreat. It takes time. It takes openness. It takes willingness to take instruction, to learn how to live out our potential. And you see how that conflicts with trying to do it our own way, not talking to anybody, and just trial and error. And that how we are supposed to push forward. We are to come alive in the gospel and to share the good news.